So some background as to the ignorance in this comment right here. There was a gentleman who was talking about rights being taken away and rights being threatened. And somebody asked that person what rights have been threatened, what rights have been taken away, and that person replied with, well, women's rights have been taken away, and that gay marriage rights are being threatened, that they're being targeted. And then the other person in that conversation responded with, no, they're not being threatened. So I did a video reply to that, and I broke down all of the dozens of bills that have been introduced in numerous red states to attack gay marriage in an attempt to get one of them or two of them or three of them passed so that they can get challenged by the left, make their way into the judicial system, and then go through the judicial course and make its way up to the Supreme Court in hope that the Supreme Court, the conservative 6-3 Supreme Court, would overturn protections for gay marriage. I know now these are a bunch of bills that have been introduced in various states. I don't believe any of them have yet been passed. And at the end of the video, I was talking to the person and I said, are you unaware that this is happening, that these bills are being brought forth? Or are you willfully ignorant? And then I, as to it, and I said, I believe my wording was something to the effect of, how is it not being threatened if Republicans are passing these laws? In comes this person. And most bills that are introduced aren't passed. Shame on Tom for saying bills are being passed without identifying one. Shame on you. Yes, I did at the end of that video say that bills are being passed. None have been passed. You are correct in that. But let me ask you this question. Are you under the impression that these Republican lawmakers have introduced these dozens of bills across numerous states because they don't want them to pass? Are you under the impression that these lawmakers have introduced these bills in so many various forms in order to try and get some of them passed to get into the legislature because they don't actually want them to pass? They want them all to fail? If you're intelligent enough to understand that these Republican lawmakers have introduced these bills in the hopes that at least one of them passes, then they will have passed a law. Then what will your excuse be? When they do pass one or two or three or a half dozen states pass laws attacking gay marriage in order to get those laws challenged and begin the judiciary process to get that bill fast-tracked to the Supreme Court, then what will you say? Because essentially what you're doing is you're sort of defending the Republicans introducing these bills by going, but they haven't been passed, as if the Republicans don't want them to pass. They do. The fact that they haven't been passed yet doesn't mean that the Republican Party is not currently actively going after gay marriage protections. And you know it. You're using semantics to try and make excuses for something that hasn't happened yet. And then when it happens, you'll be the first motherfucker to pull those goalposts up and march them 10 more yards down the field and plant them in a new spot. So shame on you.